All right, let's talk about a huge move happening right now in the Nigerian financial world. FCMB Group is on the scene with a massive public offer, and we're going to break down exactly what this could mean for you as an investor.
Welcome to the Bamboo Brief. So glad to have you with us. Today, we're diving deep into a really significant market event, all to help you connect the dots and make smarter investment decisions.
Whoa, just look at that number on your screen, 160 billion naira. That is the absolutely massive amount FCMB Group is looking to raise. And trust me, this is way more than just a number. It's a huge statement about where they're headed.
So, the big questions are, what's this offer all about, really? And, more importantly, should you even be thinking about it for your own portfolio? Well, that's exactly what we're here for. Let's break it all down.
Okay, first things first. Let's get right into the core facts. What are the actual numbers we're looking at here?
So here's the deal. FCMB is putting 16 billion new shares on the table, priced at just 10 naira pop. The goal? To raise that 160 billion naira we just saw. But you got to be quick on this one. There's a pretty tight window. The offer is only open from October 2nd to November 6, 2025.
All right, so we know what the offer is, but now for the really interesting part, the why. Why would a major player like FCMB need to raise this much cash right now? What's the big plan?
It actually boils down to two huge strategic goals. First off, they're looking to meet the Central Bank of Nigeria's new capital requirement, which is a hefty 500 billion naira. And second, and this is a big one, this move sets them up to get an international banking license. That would be a total game changer for them.
Now, you should know, this isn't some random move. It's actually step 2 of a very deliberate 3-stage plan. They already knocked step 1 out of the park with a successful raise back in 2024. So what we're seeing today is the crucial second step, all leading up to that final goal, grabbing that international license.
And if you're wondering about investor appetite for this, just look at what happened last time. That first stage in 2024, well, it was oversubscribed by 33%. That's a huge vote of confidence from the market.
And get this, a whopping 92% of the people who invested in that 2024 offer did it through digital channels. That tells you a lot, right? It shows they're totally in sync with how people like us invest today, using apps and online platforms.
And we're not just talking about big institutions here. Over 42,800 individual investors jumped in last time. That's a massive number, and it really shows you the broad level of trust people have in FCMB's game plan. It's that kind of trust that has a lot of people feeling pretty optimistic about this current offer.
Okay, so we've got the what and the why covered. Now let's get practical. Let's talk about the how. If you're thinking, this sounds interesting, what do you actually need to do to get involved?
Well, they've made it pretty easy. You've got a bunch of options. You can use FCMB's own digital platforms like their mobile app, or hop onto the official offer websites. Of course, you can also go the traditional route by visiting a branch or talking to your stockbroker. That digital focus really makes it super convenient, though.
But here's something you absolutely have to keep in mind. This offer isn't open forever. The deadline is November 6th, 2025. So if you're even thinking about it, you've got to act. The clock is definitely ticking on this one.
So let's recap. We've got a clear plan for growth, a proven track record of getting investors excited, and some really ambitious goals for going international. The big question left for you is, does an opportunity like this make sense for your own investment portfolio?
You know, if you're ready to start exploring opportunities just like this one and begin building your wealth, the Bamboo app is an amazing place to get started. It just makes everything so much simpler. And hey, if you use my code in the description, it really helps support the channel and lets us keep making these explainers for you.
And speaking of support, if you got any value out of this breakdown today, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely drop a comment below. What are your thoughts on this FCMB offer? I'd genuinely love to hear what you think.
All right, that wraps it up for this one. Thank you so much for watching the Bamboo Brief. Remember to invest smart, and we'll catch you in the next one.